What happens when a massive star collapses beyond comprehension? Step into the abyss where time warps, space distorts, and reality itself unravels. The universe was once a vast and sprawling expanse, a stage upon which matter danced in endless configurations, swirling and colliding in celestial symphonies. It began in brilliant flashes of light, stars igniting in the cosmic dark, their thermonuclear hearts pulsing with unyielding energy. And yet, every act must reach its conclusion, every luminous giant must yield to the inevitable weight of its own existence. This was the fate of the great star, one whose mass eclipsed comprehension, whose core burned so fiercely that it defied collapse for eons, until the balance was broken. The fusion that had held it aloft, the ceaseless battle against gravity, faltered at last. The outer layers, unmoored and uncertain, erupted in one final defiant burst, a supernova that flung matter across the void, sending shockwaves rippling through the silence. What remained, however, was the true reckoning. The heart of the star, now bereft of its sustaining force, was left to its inexorable fate. Gravity, the ultimate master, took hold, and the collapse began. The fall was not a moment but a process, a slow descent into an unfathomable abyss. With nothing to resist it, the core compacted, shrinking beyond visibility, beyond reason. At first, there was structure, neutron degeneracy pressure, a last attempt at defiance. But this too failed. The material folded in on itself, an endless implosion where the density surged toward infinity. The laws of physics, the rules that govern the cosmos, began to falter. What had once been a massive stellar body, blazing with power, now twisted inward with a force so immense that not even light could flee its grasp. It crossed a threshold, an event horizon beyond which no signal could return, beyond which even time lost its meaning. And deep within, hidden from all eyes, the singularity awaited, a point of infinite curvature, an end to space and time as they were known. There was no stopping it. The collapse was absolute, consuming not only the star but all knowledge of its former state. Mass and energy, space and time, were drawn in, compacted beyond recognition. The gravity intensified, distorting everything around it. Light curved in its presence, time stretched to the point of near frozenness at the boundary. To an external observer, the fall seemed eternal, an approach toward an invisible destiny that would never quite arrive. But from within, the plunge was swift, accelerating beyond the limits of perception. The singularity was no longer an object in space. It was the distortion of space itself, a rift where all coordinates converged into a single, inescapable point. In its depths, everything that entered became one with the singularity's essence, ceasing to be separate, ceasing to exist in any describable form. Beyond the event horizon, causality unraveled. There was no future, no past, only the descent into an unknowable state. Information fell away, stripped of meaning, lost to the void. If one were to follow it inward, if one could somehow withstand the forces at play, what would remain of them? Would identity persist? Would consciousness hold? The answer was elusive. The very fabric of reality bent, time itself fragmenting, stretching, breaking. Spaghettification was a crude word for what truly transpired. a crushing of all dimensions into an indefinable point. It was not death as known by living beings. It was erasure, dissolution, the loss of any boundary between existence and non-existence. The singularity was not a place but an inevitability, a final state where all paths ended. It had no need for light, no need for space. It was the end of both. Yet even within the abyss, there was the question, did anything remain? Could there be an echo of what was consumed, some trace left in the language of gravity waves, in the bending of space at the event horizon? The singularity, paradoxically, contained everything and nothing. Mass was there, but no location. Time was there, but no duration. If there was a consciousness to observe it, it would perceive neither darkness nor light, neither sound nor silence, only the absolute, the culmination of all that had come before. And outside, the cosmos moved on. Stars continued to burn, planets continued their orbits, unaware of the singularity's silent pull, the unseen weight that shaped their trajectories. But for all things, the fate was the same. Entropy would reign, the universe itself would cool, and in time, even the grandest of structures would fall inward, collapsing as that great star had collapsed. All roads led to singularity. It was not a question of if, only when. The singularity remains a cosmic enigma, where physics breaks and the universe bends to its will. Will we ever truly understand what lies beyond the event horizon?